everybody, to Victory Circle Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Wilson. Today we have two special guests. They're actually entrepreneurs, but also superwomen. These women, they do it all. They have a family, husband, 4 kids each, and they run a fantastic business, Velo Vita, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
We're doing well. Thank you for having us, Jason.
Yes,
You're welcome.
thank you.
So we have Knight and Kristin Adams. Lori, I'm going to start with you. What was your dream when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, well, believe it or not, it was a teacher when I was a child. And I think it just goes back to, I like to help people. Because when I got older, I quickly realized that teaching was not something I necessarily wanted to do, not in a school setting. But yeah, growing up, that was always something I thought I was going to do. I was going to be a teacher. I was going to be an elementary teacher.
Okay. And then after high school, what happened after that?
Well, I've always been working since I was 16 years old. I went to a very small school. So my initial getting into the work field was to meet people. I graduated with 36 people in my class, and we all pretty much just grew up together. And so I didn't know a whole lot of people outside of that. So I was working in high school, and then I went to college for a short time. Wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And I actually got pregnant at 19 and had my first child at 20. So I had to grow up really quickly. And I always knew I wanted to do something on my own. I just wasn't really sure what that was. I'm very creative. I was always trying to come up with new things that, would help people, or fashion or whatever. But so I dabbled in a few things. But I actually, my son was 1 year old, and I was flipping through a magazine, one of those for rent magazines. And I was looking to find a job as a leasing consultant, of all things, to try to get discount on our rent. And ended up getting a career in that. And I worked my way up to an assistant property manager, and ended up helping a community from the ground up, construction and all. And then that just kind of transitioned into many different things down the line.
And what was your passion business-wise?
It's always been helping people. It's just always been, I very much have a servant's heart. And if I can't help somebody, I want to point them in the right direction. That's just always been my philosophy. So just serving people, helping people, whatever that might be.
That's wonderful. Well, in recent times, we've seen in the news, and almost every day now, people suffering from mental health issues. Have you had to deal with that somewhere along the line?
Oh, yeah. My own mental health, for sure. I was in corporate America on and off for many years. And then when I got pregnant with my toddler back in 2019, or when I had her in 2019, my job while on maternity leave took a different direction and cut our pay, everybody who was in the sales field. And so I had to make a decision if going back was going to work, and it just wasn't going to work, travel wise, money wise. And so that's when I got my real first taste of being an entrepreneur. Is I started an online boutique, and that was just I was already doing some personal styling on the side. And so I had to help people like that. And so I started my own boutique, but my mental health took a real beating, especially after having a child and then being thrown into a business that I didn't really know a whole lot about, and doing it from home on little sleep. And so my mental health was a wreck. And so that's another reason why I ended up getting into that space. Is I ended up finding products that helped my daughter with her anxiety and mental health. And then it in turn helped me. And then I was like, I've got to help other people with this because I know I'm not the only one.
Yes. Oh, that's great. That's great. So tell me a little bit about Velovita. Why did you choose this company to work for?
Well, my husband and I have a brand called Fueled. And so we have been serving some mental health holistic products. And we have always wanted to bring some other companies on board and have different offerings because there's not always a one size fits all. And so we were looking for a simple, clean option for some of our customers that we had lost, that some of the supplements that we were offering before, it was just too much. They didn't either like to take capsules, or it was just too many different things that they had to take. So we really wanted to serve them and offer them something that might be a fit. So when I was looking at Velovita's products, I really liked them. They were effective, they were clean, they were very forward thinking. And I really wanted to add it to our brand. And then I took a peek at the business and I was like, the business looks very simple too. And it just made a whole lot of sense. I was just really impressed with their team, with their products, the community, like everything. It made a whole lot of sense.
Yes. So you and Kristin are partners with Velovita.
We are.
Okay. Yes. And I'm jumping on board too. Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. I think this company is phenomenal. I mean, everything that I've seen so far, the products, the website, the packaging and everything is wonderful.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yes. Okay. So switching gears now, we're going to bring on Kristin Adams. I like to delve into people's career path. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be an anesthesiologist.
Anesthesiologist. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you want to know why?
Why is that?
Because I had a neighbor who was an anesthesiologist and he could afford a helicopter. So that's why I wanted to be an anesthesiologist.
Okay. All right. Great livelihood.
Yeah, exactly. And my father sold surgical supplies. So back in the 80s, you could actually bring your kids to surgical suites. And I got to see the guy behind the curtain. And I thought, I want to do that. That looked so cool.
Awesome. Okay. So did you play any sports or what did you do in school?
I was a gymnast up until middle school age. And then I suffered debilitating injuries. And so I had to switch gears and took a year off to rehab and then became a cheerleader.
Okay. And then what did you do after you graduated from school?
Well, I also had a baby young. So I started pre-med and had my first daughter at 19 as well.
Wow,
and
you guys have a lot in common.
We do have a lot in common. I didn't realize so much. And then I realized I needed to work smarter and not harder. So I started waiting tables to be able to pay the bills, started working as a nurse aide for insurance, because back then you couldn't be on your parents' insurance if you had another kid after you were 18. So needed to figure that out. And I went to school full time, took a double credit load, 32 credit hours, got my bachelor's degree in about 2.5 years, which is insane, while working 2 jobs, and then became a nurse practitioner before I turned 30. In the meantime, met my husband, had 3 more children. So we were very busy in our 20s.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I think the biggest question that everybody wants to know is, how do you manage a full-time business, a husband, and 4 kids? How do you do this?
Well, I've always said I do it in the nooks and crannies, but really it's a lot of bargaining. So right now I'm bargaining with my 12-year-old to watch the 2 littles so we can have a little quiet time to talk. But my kids are on board because they know they get to do some amazing things. We're taking amazing trips. We have college funds saved for them. Mom's been able to retire for the last 3 years and make anesthesiologists pay working from my phone. And so they're bought into the idea that creating an online social selling team of people is actually creating financial freedom for our family and allows them to, they all do all-star cheer, which is not cheap, and they know it. And they get to go to Disney World and they get to, do all the fun things. Now, granted, we have boundaries and they work for their money. So I'm bargaining with Cash App with the 12-year-old right now. She knows I can just send money over there if she does a good job. So it's a family thing. And my 18-year-old who's going to college to be in healthcare as well, she's also building in Vela Vita to be able to create some extra income for herself too.
Oh, wow. Okay. So why did you choose Vela Vita out of all the other companies that are out there?
So this isn't my first business. I actually discovered network marketing about 8 years ago, accidentally. Kind of started taking a product that would help with weight loss, and I did lose weight on that. So people started asking me, and I started figuring out, hey, this is actually a really legit business model, because I was getting 4-figure paychecks in the mail, and I'm thinking, this is great. So then I made a conscious decision to move to another company that had a wider offering that wasn't just weight loss. And I actually built a $1 million income. I made over 1.5 million in 3 years at that company.
Wow.
But the company had some issues with morality and toxicity. And, you can build an empire, but if from the roots aren't in good fertile soil and doesn't have good, people that help improve mental health, then you're never the money's not worth it, right? So I left that company in February and I went on a search. I interviewed and looked at over 30 different health and wellness companies. And in order to even get to the point where I would talk to a CEO, because I did have a very large team there, over 100,000 customers and members in my team. So when you have that, you have access to talk to the owners. Most people don't. And I took that seriously because I know people would trust me based on my decision. So in order for me to even try the products, talk to a CEO, the products had to be clean. They had to be innovative. They couldn't be a Me Too product. You couldn't be able to go find greens here, greens there, greens there. It needed to be something different. I didn't want CBD. I didn't want a handful of pills every day. I didn't want shakes. I didn't want anything that everyone had. So when I found these snaps, they're so cool. They're little 1 ounce packages and you just fold them and they snap in half. And the liquid comes out. So you can snap them right in your mouth or snap them into a cup. And so they're really easy, simple to take. No one else has them. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. They're clean. I talked to the president. They're going to be very, very conscious of not putting any like sucralose or dyes or artificial ingredients in it. And that was huge for me. I wanted to make sure that they would stick with integrity, even if it costs a little bit more to make the product. I would much rather have a higher cost and have it be clean, right? So that was so important. And then I got a chance to talk to the CEO, and I actually got to go to his beachfront Miami condo that he lives in. He's built in the industry. He was making 4 figures a week in his 20s. He turns 50 next month. So this was a while ago, and has made like $40 million in the industry. He didn't have to work, but he wanted to create a home for network marketers that were tired of dealing with the same old, tired of toxic leaders, tired of people being put below profit. And so for us, when we had this conversation, I wanted to get to know him. And I got to see this humble, caring man who wants to make an impact in people's lives, who puts people over profit, who looks at his field and the members that choose to join his company as his number one asset. The products, the manufacturing, the boxes, the offices, that's just on the side. The people is what he's building this business for. And you can tell that just from his presence and in conversation. And he makes that very clear that he will always choose people over profit.
Oh, that's great. So tell me about the products themselves.
So there's 4 products. The first product that was launched is Brain. And Brain is a simple serum that you just snap and hold under your tongue for about 15, 20 seconds. It has nootropic. So it has the building blocks of the neurotransmitters called GABA, serotonin, and dopamine. And maybe you've heard of those things. Those help us feel focused, less anxious, and happy. And so when your body is depleted on those, it's hard to make those neurotransmitters. And a lot of times you'll go to your doctor and say, I'm not feeling focused, or I'm not feeling happy, or I'm feeling very anxious, right? And so they'll put you on a medication that actually helps your body to not absorb those neurotransmitters so that there's more. But wouldn't it be better if you actually had the building blocks so your body could naturally make more?
Sure.
I mean, that's just a more natural way to do it. So I love that it has everything our bodies need to help us have normal brain neurotransmitter levels. It also has some nano-sized caffeine. So when you hold it under your tongue, you get a nice burst of energy. And then it has some added ingredients that actually help with blood sugar metabolism. So you have better chance of staying in fat burning mode. So I like to use it before I work out as a pre-workout. Helps with appetite control, emotional eating, all sorts of things. The second product is Lean. Zleam is our sleep and slim product. This product, you just squirt it in your mouth, or I like to squeeze mine into some chocolate almond milk, kind of make myself like a little mocktail at bedtime. It actually has ingredients that detox your liver, detox your lymph, detox your gut, but it has an ingredient called mitoburn. And mitoburn is the chemical makeup LBAIBA, which is an enzyme that's released from your muscles when you exercise. So your body is triggered to burn bad brown fat for energy, or ATP, to energize your cells. Then it has ingredients to help you sleep. So it has some ingredients like L-theanine and passion flower and lemon balm. Those help you stay calm, some melatonin in there. So it helps you go to sleep. It releases this chemical in your gut that tells your body to burn fat while you're sleeping, and you wake up energized and you detox from your cortisol and your gut and your lymph. It's a really great product that helps you get skinny if you want, but it does burn bad fat that puts you at higher risk for lifestyle related diseases like heart disease and diabetes and stuff. So even if you're not overweight, it is very helpful in helping your body remove that brown fat, and it helps you cleanse out anything that you don't need. So that is a really great combo. They actually built for their first year just on those two products. And then in 2022, they released two new products. One is called Plus, and it's a thermogenic keto coffee creamer. So you get to make your favorite coffee the way you like it, and you just snap this little liquid right into your coffee, and it helps your body burn fat, boost metabolism, and it actually binds to fat cells so that your fat cell can't duplicate. Then the body says, oh, this fat cell is inept. It's garbage. We need to get rid of it. And the macrophages, just like Pac-Man, come along and take it out into your lymph system and get rid of it. So you're actually reducing the amount of fat cells you have in your body using this product. And it's vanilla flavored, so everybody loves that. And then the third is our collagen. Now, I'm a huge fan of collagen. I think, I look great for being 94 years old. No, I'm only kidding. But it has grass-fed bovine collagen. It's our only product that is non-vegan. All of our products are GMO free. They are gluten-free. They are allergen-free, and they're created in a CGMP certified facility, which is the highest standard. They could make pharmaceuticals there if they wanted to. But this collagen is bovine, so it's non-vegan, but it has really great ingredients, including S7, which boosts nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is huge for our athletes because it actually promotes really good vascular perfusion and recovery. So I like to use that post-workout. It has aronica berries, which are the highest antioxidant berries. So better than elderberries, blueberries, pomegranates, you name it. So great for your immune system. And it has vitamin C. So that's great for skin healing as well. And then my favorite ingredient, there's a bunch of other ones, but my next favorite is NMN. Now, NMN is a precursor to glutathione, which actually helps elongate the telomeres of your DNA. So every time your cells replicate, you take one cell, it cleaves, it makes another one. Remember 6th grade science from doing that? That DNA gets a little shorter with every replication, with every cell cycle, which is about 120 days. And this actually elongates that. So at the cellular level, it's anti-aging.
You're super knowledgeable of these products. What results have you gotten from them so far?
Well, I've personally lost about 15 pounds and 3 pant sizes. So I feel great. I've noticed that I'm a weightlifter. I prefer that over endurance or running, but I have noticed that my stamina is better on the treadmill. I'm getting better Peloton scores, but I'm also lifting heavier. I've been hitting PRs about every week on a different exercise, which I was at a standstill for about a year. So I love that, I'm making young men nervous when I go in there and lift. They look at me like that girl's going to hurt herself. Right. And I love those looks because that means that my supplements and the regimen are working well.
Oh, that's awesome. So
and also hair growth. It's like off the screen now. I need to get a haircut. It just keeps growing.
Yeah. You told me about that. How long has your hair grown since?
So it's grown over 3 inches in not even 3 months, which is insane because normal hair growth is a half an inch a month. So it's double.
How can people get involved with this company? through
Well,
us.
yeah. So all three of us have joined as members. And so it's our goal to, one, help you find the product regimen that's best for you. So there's many ways you can reach out to any of us through social media, but we all work as a team. So you can connect and just let us know that you heard it from the Victory Circle podcast, and we're going to be able to help you get started. And you'll get all three of us, which is so helpful. But let's say you just want the products. Well, we're going to help match you with the best product regimen. We're going to give you tips and tricks on how to take these to make sure that they fit into your regimen. And if you have a specific medical question, you can always ask me. I might not be able to give you, the 100% answer because I'm not your doctor, but from a provider standpoint, I'm happy to offer some advice as that goes. And then if you want to partner with us in business, there is an opportunity to get on a 14-day launch course. And what we do is we break down how to build a business and do social selling from home a little bit at a time. You're going to get a text message every day with a little training and with an idea to help get you in action. And we're there to help support you every step of the way.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kristin. Any last words for our audience?
Well, I hope that you guys have an awesome day. I appreciate you so much for listening. We are so excited to connect with you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. We're an open book.
Thank you so much. Lori, back to you. What advice would you give our audience for those who are trying to find their purpose in life?
Well, if you believe in a higher power, absolutely pray. I believe that God has gotten me through so many hardships and given me so much clarity and helped me figure out what my purpose is. And I really do feel like it's to connect with people and help people and just, let them know that they're not alone and there's solutions and there's people out there that care. And I really feel like that's my purpose here on earth. So yeah, first and foremost, if you believe in a higher power, absolutely connect and pray and get that clarity and always comes through.
Amen on that. Kristin, what would you say? How would you go about finding your purpose?
Oh, my purpose was brought to me also by my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And all I had to do was just open my heart to the solutions. As I talked about that I had done so well at that second company, I never thought that I was going to leave because the money was so good, right? But God closed that door and then he opened Bella Vita for me. And all I had to do was be willing to listen. The signs are everywhere. He tries to talk to you. And if you keep an open heart and you just stay in that quiet moment, it's hard with our loud world, isn't it? But if you get in practice of doing that and taking that time, you'll be surprised at how quickly he starts responding and connecting back with you.
That is so true. Thank you so much, Kristin. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much for being on our show today. Take care.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.